Bino's Garage. On today's video we're going to be fitting a aftermarket tail tidy to the CBR650R. This is my CBR650 which I picked up from a salvage auction. It's been fixed up now, it's fully back on the road. There'll be loads more videos coming out about how I did that, how much it cost and everything like that. This video is trying to deal with the fact that the stock CBR650 tail tidy is huge, so we're going to replace that with an aftermarket one. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do, then hit the like button and please subscribe. Cheers. So the stock tail tidy on the CBR650R is utter pants. Look at it, it is ginormous, sticks out right out the back there by, let's look, about nearly 35 centimeters. That's just miles. We can't live with that, so that's going to have to come off and we're going to go with a replacement. I've got hold of an aftermarket replacement and we're going to be fitting that today. So we need to remove the indicator stalks from this one and remove this one, and let's see what we've got in the box for the new one. It looks to be our lights and all of our bolts and stuff. It looks like it's got a standard connector on it, which is good, and it's a little LED light in there, so that's cool. And those look to be stainless steel bolts as well, which is good to see as well. Okay, and then we have our actual this is our actual tail tidy itself. Looks to be powder coated, looks to be pretty good quality, good bends, no weld marks or anything, just a straight laser cut and bent, so not a lot you can go wrong with there. Has got some holes in the side randomly, I'm not sure what they're for, but we'll have a look at the instructions and we'll go from there. The original tail tidy attaches by 4 8mm Allen head bolts, so we're just going to loosen those off to start with and see where the cable runs. Next, I need to take this apart so I can get these out. So I'm just going to undo some of these bolts under here, which are probably 5mm. There's also 2 Phillips head screwdriver screws in there as well. Another 2 just in the back here, in there and there. see now is that we have our indicator cables, 1, 2, and the cable going to our rear light as well. So we really want to separate this off so that we can get those cables nice and free, so we can start thinking about our new one. Okay, so the only thing that's holding it all together now is nothing. The important thing is to remember which side is which. So we're going to mark them. So I'm just going to put a bit of tape on the right hand side indicator. There. And then I'm going to get an 8mm spanner for these bolts. These are pinch bolts in here for these indicators. 8mm. Just have to hold on to them and loosen them off like that. Being careful to retain them afterwards. The back out as well, and the grommets. In fact, the grommets can push through or pull through like that. And what I'll do is I'll just pop that back in place for now. Leave the bolt in there like so. Same with the other one. And finally, I'm doing this rear light. This is your number plate light, which is a little Honda LED here. A couple of screws just to take this out, and it might just be a little plug in there. We'll have to see. That looks to be hardwired in. Okay, so what we need to do is push these cables through a little bit, give ourselves a bit of slack. We can see where they're coming through. I'm going to take the seat off and see if I can see where those cables actually terminate. What you'll see under the seat is a little box like this. Undo these zip ties. There's another one here. Looks like it has been molested before. Plenty of zip ties though, so I can simply pop one back on. So all of our cables are now loose. So what I can do is, one at a time, I can undo these and pull them through, so I can take my old tail tidy off properly. There you go. So that one is out. As you see, just pulled it out, pulled it right the way through, and that one corresponds with the right one. There we go. One and down. Several to go. So pop that down there for now. Let's go for the white lead next. That goes to the light, the white lead. And then let's see, hopefully it's this blue one. It feels like it. There we go. Blue one. So we now have our tail side phone completely removed. We have our indicators, which we've marked up to the correct sides, and we have our new tail tidy light. So the next thing we need to do, I guess, is to put our new tail tidy in place, like so. Might be better off actually mounting the new or the old lights onto this first. So let's get that done. So just undoing this pinch bolt, feeding my cable through. I think I've just figured out what those little holes are for. I think they're for zip ties on the other side. So let's get our grommet in there. Hopefully we reuse the original one rather than any aftermarket ones. They will always work better. Okay. Nip that up with an 8mm spanner, keeping them straight, a little bit of give. There is a bit of a gap there, so I think I should have put these on. So let's undo that again. That's what happens when you don't read the instructions. Okay. So in the pack there are these little spacers which we need to put on so that it is a snug fit. So we put those on here and get those onto the rubber like so. Then, making sure I get them on the right side. This is the right hand side indicator. Let's have a look what happens. Actually, I would like it on the inside, so let's pop that through there. Get the rubber on. So as you can see, when the indicator is on, there's a bit of a gap that side. That's what this O-ring is for. A metal kind of little plate. So we pop that in place. Fiddly. And there we go. That's much tighter in there. So we'll put our backing plate in now, which is there. Lovely, bolt goes through, 8mm head bolt. hopefully when we nip it up, that'll be nice and tight. So I'm just going to make sure I hold it so it doesn't twist round. There we go. There we go. Excellent. So I'll get the other one on there now. Okay, so I've got my two indicators in place. My right hand with my sticker on it. The cables coming through. They can be fed back up and we'll tidy up the cables later. But the next thing we need to do is put the new rear LED on, and that will be fitting through there with the plug going through there as well. These two bullet connectors here fit onto these two bullet connectors here, and that goes to the loom in the vehicle. So there we go. So this one will be redundant from now on. So let's get this fitted now. These are really tiny little bolts, and there are no washers supplied for this. So we'll have to see whether they stay done up or not. I will do them up reasonably tightly if I can find a little spanner small enough. Okay, so even my smallest of spanners will not fit these tiny little nuts, so I'm just going to use a set of needle nose pliers just to nip them up a bit so they're nice and tight. Don't think they need much more, to be fair. Try not to scratch any of the paintwork there, otherwise it will make it there we go. So they're done up. So we have our tail tidy ready to go back on the bike, so we can feed these cables through the usual hole. So one thing to notice is that unlike the original, which has these that slot in to those recesses there, the new one does not have those. All it has is bolt heads, obviously, and washers. So we will just see how we go with those, and I think I might go with the original bolts actually rather than the stainless ones that they've provided, just because I think the black will hide it better. So let's get this bolted up. Feed these cables through first. Not much slack on that number plate one at all. What we can do now is, as I say, go with our original bolts, and I'll go with the new washers. Let's get them in place. Don't actually know if these might be a bit too long. Yes. Okay, so you have to scrap that idea. You can't use your original bolts because they are too long and they will not tighten up. So we will have to go with the stainless ones that came in the pack. No big deal, it's fine. So we'll switch this one out first. I think it's a slightly different size. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is a 5mm head. And this one, let's put it in the middle. Yeah, there we go. So that one will do up, the other one would not. I think the front ones would do up, but not the rears. Just not a deep enough recess for the bolt to go into, because it hasn't got that spacer on it. Go, there's two of them done up there. we need to get the next two in this side, and then we can start tidying our cables and plugging them in. Okay, so next thing to do is to sort out our wiring. So we have our two indicator leads that have come through, so we need to feed them back down the side here. Underneath here. And of course they don't need to be anywhere near as long as they used to be. We'll pull them right through for now, get them plugged in. That way round, and that way round. And then the other one, which they give you a harness for, which is randomly exactly the same colour as the indicator one, don't really know why, that needs to go in there because it's for the rear light. There we go, so that's been secured in there. You can again pass that underneath there, and then it needs to connect into these two bullet connectors that have come through from the tail. I think, I don't really know which way round it is, so let's just go this way for now. And then we'll get ready to give it all a try. All looks nice and straight. So what we need to check now is that the indicators work. So what we will do is, to start with, let's put that on. Well, that's good. And our light works as well. Let's just make sure we've got them the right way round. So switch off, right hand side. Oh. Well, that's not right. Okay, so schoolboy error. I've just realised that when I marked my right hand light, I actually had the old tail tidy upside down, so I had marked my left hand light. So when I've plugged them all back in correctly there, when I put the indicator right, it's shining left. So I need to switch these two over quickly. I could just switch the plugs, but that will wind me up with the wrong ones going into the wrong plugs, so I'm going to quickly do this now. Okay, so after that deliberate mistake, obviously done so I can show you the perils that can befall you when you're fitting a tail tidy. It's all working, flashing in the right way, and there you go, the right hand indicator is on. So let's switch that off. The next thing we need to do is zip tie these wires back in. So we'll just get those nice and neat at the sides, and then we can just zip tie these as well. So let's get the slack on those properly, and then we can do the inside. So you'll see that you get some little zip ties here that need to be used on here. So we'll feed them through like that, and back. We'll feed this through like so. Ratchet that back and forward till it's tight, and then get another one in just here, so that those cables are all held nicely. You get Get a good few in the pack there. Okay, so all those cable ties are done up under there now, nice and tight. You can just chop the ends off. Nice and neat. So it's just these top cables now we need to tidy. Okay, so all the cables are nicely packed in again, tightly, and we now need to get our seat back in. Just get that down a little bit further. Pop our seat back in. Do that up, and then we can pop the seat back on, and we are done. So comparing our new tail tidy to our old, we now have around 11 centimeters, 12 centimeters. Big difference from the 35 that was there before, and it looks way better.